I'm underneath the Noob Sock Jeep JL and I'm putting it back together. And one of the issues that I've run into is right up here in front of the gas tank, the fuel tank, just to the passenger side of the transmission, there are two fuel lines that join together. You can probably see them there. And when you take them apart, you have to undo some clips. And when you undo those clips, they break. They probably shouldn't break. I was told later, well, if you spray them with WD-40 and clean them really well, they don't break. But guess what? Mine are already broken. This is the bag of parts that I ended up with. There are two lines up there, a large line and a small line. One's probably the feed and one's the return. And after I got the bracket, the skid plate out of the way, and I got the clips out and everything was shattered, then I was like, oh, this is cool. So I figured I'd just go to my local Jeep dealer and buy some new clips. They would obviously have that on the shelf, wouldn't they? Because these parts break. I don't think most people remove those because most people aren't pulling their engine out, or at least not very often, but you would think it's a little tiny plastic piece, the dealer would have it. The way the dealer works is if you want that piece, you have to order the complete fuel line that goes from there up onto the engine. I didn't want to do that. I've already got the engine in, I've already got that fuel line all buttoned back up, I just need the clips. So, and the way the clip works is the fuel lines go together, and then there's a clip that comes up from the bottom, and then a safety clip that goes over that bottom clip from the top. And I was able to track down some of the clips. These are the two clips that I was able to track down. Napa number 7307380 is the large half-inch retaining clip, and Dorman number 800023 is for the 5/16 and 3/8 lines. So luckily I was able to track these down and they both worked great. So those are the main clips. The problem is the safety clips. I talked to a technician that works at a Jeep dealer and he was like, I got some of those safety clips laying in a toolbox. So he handed me some, and those are the red clips. There's white clips, black clips, and red clips. The red clips are the safety ones. You have to remove those first before you remove the other ones. And he had some of those, but I think he only had the small ones, which are for the, I guess it's probably 5/16 line. So I got the safety clip on one. I'm still looking for a safety clip for the larger half-inch line, which kind of looks like 3/8, but it uses the clip for the half-inch, so it must be half-inch. So I guess the point of my story is when you are changing these out, you're going to want to be very careful, and you have to remove the red part off the top first, and then you move the white part out of the bottom and spray them all with WD-40. And if you break them, you can find the white and black clips at your local auto parts store, Napa, AutoZone, O'Reilly's. I've got one of each in my town and I've been able to track them down. The red safety clip that goes over the top, I haven't found those yet at like a dealer, though it does look like a part that goes on a Ford. So I'm probably gonna run over to the Ford dealer and see if they have any of the safety clips at some point. But it's all together now. It'll probably flow fuel fine now. It just won't have that backup clip. And I will probably try and find that backup clip before I put the skid plate on, which goes in front of it. So there's a quick Dirt Daily. When you're taking stuff apart, especially in late model cars that don't just use a hose clamp like the good old days, you're going to want to keep track of those clips or keep track of all the parts so that you can then hopefully track it down. Dorman is a company that makes lots of these things. You can find them in a lot of auto parts stores in this section called Help. They have usually a section on the wall and it says Help and has all types of weird little clips and gewgaws and gadgets to put cars back together because otherwise you're going to a junkyard to try and find it, or maybe a dealer if they even have it. That's it for this Dirt Daily. Keep all your broken parts. You're going to need them to put your car back together. See you next time.